All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on in DC and how the threats to move to other cities.
Donald Trump is now threatening to take over Washington, D.C. Listen to this sheer stupidity.
And I'm tired of listening to these people say how safe it was before we got here. It was unsafe. It was horrible. And Mayor Bowser better get her act straight or she won't be mayor very long because we'll take it over with the federal government running like it's supposed to be run. The numbers were horrible. It was a crime infested rat hole. And they do have a lot of rats. We're getting rid of them too.
Y'all, he's a liar. He's a liar. Doesn't support as well. And the folks at WJLA also did their own reporting about what's going on as well. And guess what? They're not arresting for folks for violent crime. Not doing that. It's actually a whole bunch of misdemeanors. That's what's actually going on. WJLA said that the White House, they said 7 News obtained a copy of the breakdown of each arrest outside of immigration and customs enforcement apprehensions, which show that the majority of the arrests and interactions aren't for violent crimes. It noted every documented arrest during the takeover, the U.S. Marshal Service says it's responsible for the overall operations outside of immigration enforcement. There have been 379 arrests documented. There were, according to them, give me 1 second. Let me pull this up again. I had an error here. There were 379 arrests documented. More misdemeanors and traffic citations than violent crime arrests. A total of 377 citations and quoted other arrests. Violent arrests, 9.
Look at that. Look, it's all lies. What a shocker. I am just so sick of all of this fear-mongering with him. I'm so sick of him trying to be like, it was awful before we got here, blah, blah, blah. Oh, these liberals and the gays are the worst and blah, blah, blah. It's so much better. You are the criminals. You are the R words. You are the people that are bringing this country down. You stupid Cheeto crybaby titty baby taco tits. I can't deal with this idiot. Like, what? Who? What? Like, I'm so sick of it.
He said we're gonna get rid of the rats too. Motherfucker, do you know how hard it is to get New York has been trying for decades to get rid of rats. It is not so simple. I realize this is not like the point of the issue, but like he's so what's the word? He's so arrogant that he thinks that he can solve simple problems and say stupid shit like this. I wish the rats would band together in cities across America and fucking take him on.
I mean, honestly, it's like, oh God.
Well, I thought when I thought of
do not bring the Sewer King up, please. That was the most horrific shit I ever found out about in my life. No, thank you.
Well, all the rats are in that building with him right there. he's the biggest rat of them all. Like, they're all.
I'd take the Sewer King over this motherfucker, and not saying some really extreme shit.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to go. They're wearing red hats, just like this man. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something happens. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with. And I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they're including the people in this audience. They'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, "Thank God he's here," because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they work for they work for stupid people that are radical left. And they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because
And here's the deal. J.D. Vance is standing there working for a stupid person, Michael, pure and simple.
Good Lord.
J.D. Vance is stupid as well.
This dude needs to shut the fuck up and live in reality. I just, oh my God. Who the fuck is running around Chicago wearing red hats. It is a liberal, like it is a very liberal city. I've been to Chicago. Chicago is cool. Like it is a cool city because your ass and all your people aren't there. You dumb motherfucker.
No, but hey, bruh, this motherfucker really had the audacity to be like, all the black women are begging and pleading for us with their red hats on and all of this and all of that. Like, bitch, that is like the last thing that you want to do. Okay, ain't no black women. Where are these bitches at? Because they gonna get exiled from the whole ass black community, probably brown too. Because that ain't even it. And then this guy, I mean, like he makes shit up. He's been doing this the whole time. The windmills is killing all the birds. No, that happens to be cats. They are definitely murdering all the birds. I looked it up, and it's insane. um, like all this crazy shit. And now this might be the craziest one. All the black women are begging him to come help
No, not even black. The beautiful African Americans.
African American women. If you don't just go ahead and croak because you don't want these problems, you don't want to come here with that. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. This motherfucker has lost his mind. But look, again, now here it's going right back around to black people. They already done deported more than like every single brown person. They still doing that. We'll discuss that a little bit later. They've already, kind of dealt with them as much as, you know, and it's slow. The numbers are slowing down of deportation. So now they got to find somebody else to attack. So now they're back to black people in the black cities and wherever black people are.
I was watching a live press conference with Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, and he was pointing out, he said some really, really important things. He said, for one thing, something like 13 out of the 20 cities with the top highest crime rates are led by Republican governors. 8 of the top 10 states with the highest crime rates are led by Republican governors. He said neither of these is Chicago or Illinois. He pointed out that Memphis, Tennessee is one of the cities with the highest crime rates. So he's like, why isn't Trump going there? Why does he want to send people to Chicago?
Isn't it also ironic that those are like the states that are sending National Guard to DC when they can't even control their own states?
Yep. He also said, he said to the media to please report on this honestly, to not make it a both sides thing, not make it a ploy to talk about how it's going to earn anyone political points, to be brave and bold and honest. And I was like, damn.
Well, the thing is this isn't a both sides issue anymore. And this, like, as I was just ranting earlier, like we can't make it like this. We can't be, this one side has good things, this one side has some good. No, that's not. No. No,
you're absolutely right there.
Will not authorize the Maryland National Guard to be utilized for this.
Well, the National Guard does say that these troops will be trained. Well, the National Guard does say that these troops will be trained and deputized by federal marshals. So this is going to be distinct from the military rules of engagement.
But it is counter to every bit of training that we receive. When I joined the military, we joined with a clear intention to fight and win our nation's wars. The members of our National Guard are trained up to be able to address things like emergency situations where you need a surge of supports for traumas and disasters that are happening within individual jurisdictions. That is not this. And this is a direct deflection that the president is authorizing.
We know the president watches the program, and he likely saw the guest listing because he's tweeting about you or truthing, I guess. He says the governor, Wes Moore of Maryland, has asked in a nasty and provocative tone that I walk the streets of Maryland with him. And he's talking about crime-ridden Baltimore. It's quite lengthy, but he goes after your record on crime. He says it's a bad one. He says if you need help, he will send in the troops, which is being done in nearby D.C. I mean, when we saw a few weeks ago the deployment on the streets of Los Angeles, the governor of California tried to go to the courts, and he was unable to stop it. The reality here is you can't stop the president from sending troops to Baltimore if he wants to.
The year before I became the governor, in 2022, Baltimore was averaging almost a homicide a day. And I came in and I said, I refuse to be a governor who just offers thoughts and prayers to this situation. So we said, we're actually going to work in partnership with Mayor Scott, work in partnership with local elected officials, work in partnership with local law enforcement. We made the largest investments in local law enforcement in our state's history, over $50 million going to Baltimore City alone.
That came from federal money.
That came from both federal and state money. And also, Maryland became one of the only states that actually helps to fund the U.S. attorney out of balance sheet, taking many of those gun crimes and actually turning them into federal charges. And the results have been incredibly encouraging, where Maryland's had amongst the fastest drops in violent crime of anywhere in the United States in the past 2.5 years.
Yeah.
The homicide rate in Maryland is down over 20% since I have been the governor. And the last time the homicide rate was this low in Baltimore City, I was not born yet. And so the reason that I've asked the president to come and join us is because he seems to enjoy living in this blissful ignorance, these tropes and these 1980 scare tactics. And, just last week I was in Baltimore and I was with a group called We Are Us, who's a violence intervention group. And they say, we're all we got, we're all we need. And that's exactly how people in this community feel. Because while the president is spending his time from the Oval Office making jabs and attacks at us, there are people actually on the ground doing the work who know what supports would actually work to continue to bring down crime, but it's falling on deaf ears of the president of the United States.
You're talking about the positive trend line. The president's pointing to the.
I really like him a lot. The thing I love about, I've seen that clip before. Like, not only does he get shit done, he brings receipts, and he's working hard for the people of Maryland. I'm just reading that truth that or whatever that was. He sounds like a middle school bully, and that's who's running this country. Like, come on.
Not even like a I don't even put that on the children anymore. Like, this dude is inhuman. Just sick. One thing I didn't know much about Wes Moore. One thing that I do enjoy about this channel and kind of keep an eye on things, I'm learning a lot about these other people around the country that are doing really great work. What I gotta think about Maryland for, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't what do I care? But it's nice to be learning about the different governors and representatives and the people that we should be really watching. So that's one experience that I think has been beneficial to me doing all this work. That being said, uh I mean, every person, every leader that is under attack in all these cities are saying, bruh, all these towns are literally cities are going down in crime right now. There's no reality in this situation. And honestly, even if you were to walk around and it was the most peaceful thing with all this military and everything, uh and the people that were watching him walk down the street and they had balloons and bubbles and shit instead of anger or whatever, they still would be like, oh my God, this is the worst place in the world. We need to do this and that. That's how crazy and like out of pocket these people are. They know you could be on an episode of fucking, I don't know, Franklin or like Nick Jr. or something, and they would still find some evil there that needs to be eradicated, and it's so scary. There's no like, so when you say, oh, well, there ain't even shit going on in DC, there ain't shit going on in LA, everybody's fine, even with all these people walking around with guns and shit. Like Jazzy said, the National Guard, they're gonna get weapons now in DC. For
That
what?
scares
Nobody's doing shit, bro.
that scares the crap out of me. Like, what if somebody, especially what if those guns get in the wrong hands?
They already are in the wrong hands,
Well,
I
yeah.
think.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
what if people itself get even more unhinged and start attacking the National Guard, and then they take their guns, and then it just becomes a civil
I
war.
mean, but what makes that the wrong hands? They got the guns,
I
okay? So if people start busting back, you can't blame them. Like, you have the gun. You're pointing a gun in my face. You just kidnapped my whole ass fucking family, and I'm supposed to sit here and just sit here and take it?
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
bruh.
I'm
No,
not.
fuck that. Those that gun is in the right hands, in my opinion.
No,
Fuck that.
I'm not trying to say like those kind of people like defending themselves or defending their families. I'm saying like, what if you know? Sorry, my brain is also fuzzy. When you were talking about like the cities and how crime is all going down all over the place, it's ironic that a lot of times lately when we hear about big crimes of things that happen, who do those people support? Because it ain't Democrats.
Well, I'll tell you this, Katie. The probability of the guns being in the wrong hands in the cities that they're attacking is pretty low. The people that are already strapped are there. They already have their own gun ways, right? That's just how it go. But the guns getting in the wrong hands is not gonna happen in Chicago. It's gonna be in some place in fuckity nowhere where they just go and some dude crosses state lines to go shoot up a black church or some other shit like that.
I
That's
just
where so like it's not even if there were to be the wrong hand type person, it would be somewhere from one of these states that actually probably could use if they're talking about all the violent crime as which was mentioned with Wes Moore, which was mentioned with I mean pretty much all of the states and cities that have been attacked by all this National Guard and bullshit. You know what I mean?
I just I
Before
just
we move on to the next one, do you want to pop in or Katie, you want to finish
I
it?
just get scared because I just don't like anything to do with guns, and I don't know why people need to have AR-15s in their house. Like, I'm sorry, I don't like
They
that's
don't need to have them on the streets of New York or DC either.
no, I know.
So
I just the guns thing is a whole other issue, but there's no irony with this man. He called what Governor Wes Moore had to say nasty. Motherfucker, have you met yourself? Have you heard yourself talk? Have you watched videos of yourself? That's all that comes out of your mouth is nasty, nasty words,
mhm.
nasty basic words.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
like he
they
looked like
just
he
never
stink.
call him on this stuff. It gets
Right,
me.
he
Oh
looks
my
like he
god.
stink, he probably does, I heard he do stink, his breath probably stink, he just looks and smells like I could smell you through the screen, you're nasty, dude. Like, you're oozing hate and disgustingness and just, like, the worst fucking ooze of shit that literally walks the land. For real.
Ugh.
Congratulations. It might be spray painted in gold, but I can still smell it, bitch. I